Hello! If you're watching this presentation, congratulations! You have been selected to have a chance at becoming an official dim sum civilian. If you do not know anything about our nation yet, don't worry. This presentation will cover all the basic grounds of the great and prosperous nation of Dim Sum Island, run by our leader, Bobby Lee. Let's begin. Map of region. Dim Sum is a small island nation isolated in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, just north of the equator. The capital city and financial business district of this small nation is Bento, which is a bustling city that resides in the center of the island. The capital is surrounded by a small lake called Miso Lake, which then emanates as large rivers towards the outskirts of the island. These large rivers divide the island into 4 districts: agricultural, mining, residential, and industrial. Due to the fact that Dim Sum is isolated from the rest of the world, it is very difficult to transport large machinery to the island, so there are no asphalt roads or large pieces of infrastructure. However, to traverse the country, the people use dirt and gravel roads designed specifically for our country, thanks to Mother Nature. Our modes of transportation is very modern as we utilize horses and carriages. The landscape is very mountainous, with valleys, peaks, and plateaus littered all over the country, providing the absolute best views. Because of the climate, we grow plants that actually matter, such as a few tall grasses and bamboo that have evolved to grow in rocky soil. Even though our climate is very arid, we are able to sustain agriculture in our country, providing our civilians with the best homegrown crop food available. The only place that could suffice as a historic site would be the western shore of the island, where the founders first stepped on the land to create one of the greatest nations of the world. State symbols and anthem. Before we begin, let's take a listen to our nation's anthem.
Let's get down to business, our nation's elite. Do you doubt our country? We are simply the best. Our country's bond you will never break. Education, family, and honor. Dim Sum, I am loyal to you. We praise only one man, his name's Bobby Lee. He'll lead us to victory, you just wait and see. Our ideals are easily the greatest, no one else compares to us. Dim Sum, I am loyal to you.
In the nation of Dim Sum, we take great pride in our country's exceedingly professional nature in everything we do. We have the best people in all types of fields, including marketing, business, arts, medical, and more. Our sophisticated idealism can be seen through the works of our most highly advanced technical engineers and profound artists in our nation's flag, which will be explained later in the presentation. We are honored to be citizens of such a great and powerful country. There's only one motto we live by: work hard and love Bobby Lee. That is the #1 goal in our country. You must work hard to reach your goals so that you are able to sustain yourself. But everything you shall work for is for the Holy One, Bobby Lee. Everything good about an individual living in Dim Sum was a gift from Bobby Lee. An individual has to be able to work hard enough in their daily lives so that they can hopefully honor their country and impress Bobby Lee. Our mascot is Scooby-Doo. He represents a major ideal in our country. We love all animals. Animals are brethren to our people and help us in our daily tasks, such as eating. Our country's flower is the dandelion. We learn to love and accept the beauty of nature. Dandelions are the #1 most beautiful plant in our country's soil. Its abundance symbolizes the idea that beauty can be seen everywhere in our country's grounds. Concept and Constitution. The founder of Dim Sum Island, whose population consists of only Asian people, was founded by a Caucasian man by the name of Danny Tanner. He began conceptualizing the idea of Dim Sum Island when he realized that his daughters, Stephanie, DJ, and Michelle Tanner, would grow up to be total losers. He figured that if he can gather people with similar intelligent characteristics and place them into his own structured society, they can fill in the empty gap that was meant to be fulfilled by his culpable daughters. He promoted his idea out to everyone in San Francisco as a first-come, first-serve option. Coincidentally, everyone who joined was Asian, but it was to be expected because they are born smart the moment they exit their mother's C-section. He joins forces with Bobby Lee, who was just recently kicked out of Mad TV and was homeless. To fund this project, Danny Tanner utilizes the money meant for Michelle's college tuition, and Bobby Lee contributes with the money he has made by being a panhandler in the city. The plan was to have Bobby Lee become the face of the state, and Danny will work behind the scenes making everything happen. The main reason and purpose of this concept is to have prosperous individuals become tolerant towards their leaders, essentially to fill in the void that Danny's daughters were supposed to fill. Here is our preamble. We, the people of Dim Sum Island, in order to form a more elite union, establish perfection, ensure enough food, provide for the safety and well-being of the citizens, promote healthy living, and secure the blessings of Bobby Lee to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the Republic of Dim Sum Island. Our 10 articles. Dim Sum Island has a total of 5 liberties and 5 laws that we believe is all our nation needs to be prosperous. For laws, our first law is that anyone who enters our island will be unable to leave, even though they do not want to. Our second law is that all disputes must be settled with fights. Our third law is that everyone must eat with forks. The fourth law deals with our society's education. We believe in education, so if people want the potential to become intelligent, they must work hard in factories to pay for school. Our last and final law is that if you break any of the other 4 laws, that individual will become exiled. For liberties, our first liberty is right to an adequate education. Our second liberty is right to fair law enforcement, judiciary. Another liberty is right to fairness in the workplace. Our fourth liberty is right to life, liberty, and prosperity. And our final liberty is the right to fair treatment of citizens and animals, as explained in this clip.
Hi, can you take care of my dog while I go on vacation?
Oh, of course, I take good care of it for you. He stay very warm and I take good care for free. Oh, wow. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Education. Dim Sum education is famed to be very unique compared to other education systems around the globe. The leaders put a pressure on academic excellence on the new generation because they believe they will help propel the country into a new state of power and prosperity in the future. The leaders also believe that a focus on high-level concepts such as molecular physics and advanced engineering will benefit students more than focus on simple mechanics and education. The country believes in having a strong education system to teach the youth, so the quality of our teachers are very good. With the amount of money we have, we are able to afford, import, and hire basic primary school teachers from around the globe. Here's an inside look at a normal classroom in Dim Sum.
Hello kids, welcome to Math and English 101. I teach you the both thing right now, okay? Only take 2 hours. Okay, let's go to the board. The board.
What's the title?
English and Math 101.
Thank you.
Okay, so
What's the date today?
English, okay? English and Math, okay? English and Math. First we will go over Math. Make sure you bring your ticket to act the book. Okay, so figure out this problem, okay? 2 plus A equal 2
10.
over
10.
2 over easy. Over easy B. Because 2 is actually, see look, 2 gone now, 2 gone. B. And when you add B plus A, it is ba. And ba in Vietnamese, it means 3. So if you added 2 plus 1 equal ba. That's English and Math together.
Law enforcement. In Dim Sum, we do not believe in the idea that physical violence is needed in order to impose justice and maintain peace. We believe that any dishonorable action or violence is subject to one main moral: timeout. Any action that may be embarrassing comes in fault with the individual who decided to follow through with that action. That individual becomes the sole person who is responsible for what they have done. We have samurais that catch any perpetrator. They become both the judge and the jury for criminals who have dishonored Bobby Lee. After a brief scan of the situation, these samurais determine whether or not the individual must be put in timeout. In order for a criminal to be assimilated back into the real world, they must prove to the samurai who caught them that they have changed their values and have learned to never dishonor Bobby Lee again. Here is an example of law enforcement in other countries.
Hey, come over! No, man! No!
The This is how we deal with criminals.
Hey, what you do, man? Stop doing that. Stop. Can't take this no more. Get ready, man. No. Ah!
Thank you for watching this presentation on Dim Sum Island. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, there is only one motto we live by: work hard and love Bobby Lee.